Well, hello everyone. It's been a year since this solar array has been installed. So let's talk about how does it perform, how well did it do, and what else I did to it. So for the starters, I added the last 14 panels which hang on these last 3 posts. I originally only installed, what was that, 58 or so, but there's total 72 on 2 pallets. I want to do something else with them, however that did not work out, and hence they ended up here back in May. So how does it perform? It performs well, but first let's talk about this construction that I talked about. Okay, now did I make any mistakes? Few, and I will point the biggest one I did. If you look up here between this, on this solar panel and the post beneath it, I don't know how good can it be seen, I have a 5.5 inch offset. So I think I did pretty much everything okay, but this last post that I installed, it's 5.5 inches off exactly the width of the 6x6 post. So that's one of those oh well and oh crap moments, but other than that it worked out pretty good. Now when you buy a lumber, which is a yellow wood lumber, or any lumber, pressure treated lumber that you buy, it will all come pretty wet. Okay, so what happened to me is I only used these GRK screws, and I didn't account for this material to dry off. Now these last 3 months were super dry, and then a couple of days ago I came over here and I see a pretty big gaps between the posts and these opposing 2x6s. So what I did is I tightened everything up, and then I installed the Simpson strong tie, I think they call them Z plates, which connect this 2x6 to 6x6 posts with the 2.5 inch number 10 screws. I hope this will help hold it, and if this 2x4 has to go down some, it can come out, it will come down on this Z plate. Same, I did that for all of the posts. I didn't want to play with it. So I think the mistake number 2 is I didn't take into account that the wood will shrink, and especially if you bought it pretty wet just like I did, and then you have to you installed it and you didn't come back and checked it. So the entire solar array has been retorqued, retightened, and plated up. I think if you're going to do wood, I would strongly recommend something like these Simpson strong ties. Okay, other than that, the wood is weathering. So the next step, and I'm thinking probably next spring when it dries off again after the rains that are incoming for sure, I will do that old little trick of use diesel engine oil and some diesel, mix it and spray it on. That way it will be protected for some time. Let's see what else is going on over there at the switch box. How these PV array DC isolators work, or how they look actually after 1 year. And of course the box and the service entrance for the wires. Well, today is a perfect day to see how good this solar array is holding up. from that direction, this is the opposite way, that's west over there, actually northwest, is the most strongest winds that I get. So I always wanted to have this part of a solar array super tight. So since I have these racking system hanging over, I added some of these C-channels to help hold it up. Nothing ever happened, nothing seems like will ever happen, but just in case, very strong winds come from those pastures over there. So here's a little bit of a backside of this solar array. Everything is doing good. I think if I ever do another one out of wood, which I think I would 100%, again, I will take into consideration that pressure treated wood needs to be retorqued or retightened after you are done. After about 1 year, not after you're done, after about 1 year in service. Even it already feels pretty tight. A lot of wasp nests. Snow removal tool here. Let's go and see some performance numbers. What you're looking at right now is a bane of my existence, and that's cell balance. That's a different video, not this one. All right, so let's go to energy tab and look what we have. So for this month, we have a total of 1.82 megawatt hours in so far. And we're gonna probably end up a month around 2.2 megawatt hours. However, what I wanted to show you is how these panels and how this solar array actually performs on a really good day, okay? And my best day so far this year has occurred on October 31st. On October 31st, the solar array with 30 kilowatt worth of panels has produced an astounding 179.68 kilowatt hours. Okay, the battery was just dead, and the car needed power, and it was a rain the day before, so this is the outcome on a good day. And let's put it this way, it was on October 31st, so we did not have a full long summer day. This solar array can actually do well over 3 megawatt hours per month. And I also think that it can do more, well more than 3 megawatt hours. The problem is I do not export any power back to the utility. I do not have an agreement with them. I never sought to have an agreement and probably never will. So normally, if you average all the months throughout the year, I use around about between 2.2 to 2.7 megawatt hours a month. Why so much? Well, I have an electric car. The power out of 260 kilowatt hour battery goes straight out of battery at night into the car, and then gets recharged during the day. Okay, so in another news, I just wanted to show a little performance. In another news, right now we are at 97%. As I said, story for the next video is this bane of my existence, the cells, and continuing discussion on various ways to balance 96 cells in a series. That is a ginormous task, and none of these companies are succeeding so far. All right, guys, I hope you all enjoy this video and the amount of performance we are getting from these cells. Talk to you soon. Later.